Hi, I'm Tammy Randolph, the Director of Investor Development at the Cleveland Bradley Chamber of Commerce, and you're joining us for The Chamber Does What? Thank you so much, Roger and Kristen, for being here. Roger Pickett, you are the owner for Mermaid Mattress here in Cleveland.
My wife and I, yes.
Yes.
Cindy.
And Kristen, you are Kristen Davis. I have to remember to say that. I'm sorry, you're still Kristen Pickett, my daughter's friend from high school. And you are the marketing coordinator
Yes.
at Mermaid.
We fill a lot of hats, but yes, that sounds right.
It is a family-owned business.
It is.
It has started. Tell me a little bit about Mermaid Mattress.
It was started by my parents, Elmer and Joy Murray, in 1979 down on Lee Highway in Chattanooga, where it is still one of our main stores, is still down there at that location. But it also housed a factory back then, very small factory at that time. And they started it and ran it. You know, I just graduated high school in 79 when they started, went on to college. Worked 1 year with my parents, and then got a real job outside of my family business, but stayed involved with Mermaid Mattress, and then my stepdad got ill at one point. I took a leave of absence from my job and just never returned. Stayed at Mermaid Mattress.
That's fabulous. So y'all have been your location here in Cleveland, where you manufacture there on Georgetown Road.
We do.
And so how long has that manufacturing facility been there?
We moved there in 1999.
99? So you are locally homegrown, homemade. And so you are going to be the transition to it, you and your husband.
It was, and that wasn't what the intended plan was. We were actually me and my husband met, we were college coaches. And so that was our career path. We had moved to San Antonio. And then Dad, at that point, he worked for the military and I had another job. But Dad had kind of come to us and was like, hey, we want to be done. Like, so what are we going to do? Do y'all want it? Do you not? We need to look at like kind of a succession plan. And so we had thought about it and we were like, okay, we do want this. And I think a lot of it was, we wanted to be around family and we wanted, my sister as her kids. And so we want to raise our kids together. We've always dreamt of that. And so this was an opportunity to do that. And then also just the legacy that they've passed down that we can hopefully come in and help.
Well, and you grew up in it as well. And so you saw it. So it's a comfort. It's home to do that and to be able to do that here in Cleveland. And so that's a good thing.
No, she grew up in it. That's why she didn't.
And that is actually true. I remember they would come home for dinner and at dinner conversations, they talk about work. And we're like, can we please stop talking about work?
She always said that.
Now me and my husband talk about work at dinner. And so I'm like, we can't do this anymore. So we try to talk about work until the kids go to bed.
There you go. Now, y'all have your own lines, because I know that you have your own lines of mattresses that you do. And then you also have national brands that you bring in as well, correct? So you have the full gamut.
We do. We have we carry Tempur-Pedic, and that's not the way it's always been. We were what was be called pure factory direct in the beginning. And then we picked up a line or two along the way. Wasn't successful until probably about the time we moved up here, 98, 99, we picked up Tempur-Pedic, maybe even 2000. Anyway, at that point, that was new. We were the first retailers in Chattanooga to carry that line, because it used to be what you ordered on. Not online. Back then, you called a 1-800 number and ordered it. And then so we were the first ones in Chattanooga to have it on the floor. And so, it was successful for us. And then later on, actually, Tempur-Pedic bought Sealy. Sealy already owned Stearns & Foster, so now we carry Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and then our Mermaid line.
Now, I have one of your Mermaid mattresses, and I sleep like a rock. And we got one of the split kings, and that's the best thing ever. I sleep, and it's got that, was it zero gravity? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's some sleeping of kings. I'm just saying, everybody talks about, I can't wait to get home. I just can't wait to get home. First thing I do is I get my jammies in, I'm comfy, and I got everything all set up, and I'm good to go. But so being in Cleveland and being from Cleveland and know it, I'm sure that you have a lot of partnerships and with a lot of organizations and community minded. What type of things is Mermaid involved in and y'all involved in? Besides the chamber, because you are very active with us. Like you said, you just had youth leadership visiting.
We did. Yeah. So besides being involved with the chamber, and I'm currently the president of the board of Caris Community Health. And there's a lot of little things that we do for the community as far as, Salvation Army gives out vouchers that when we pick up previously used mattresses, when we deliver new ones, the bad ones go on a recycle truck, and then the good ones go on a truck that we call the donation trailer. And those we give out to those that need a bed to sleep on that can't afford one. So we give those out daily. And just a lot of little things, some of the churches and stuff we're involved with.
But it's helpful because you are part of the community, and so you see where those needs are and that you're able to fulfill that for people. So how has it been with the transition coming back home for you? Because it's when you leave and you don't think you're going to come back, how's the transition for coming home? Is it good?
It is. Yes, it's good.
Your kids get to see, you're going to have your kids going to the same school as you went to.
Yeah. And that's the most rewarding part of everything is we didn't think we were coming back. We did come back. But also just, again, having, grandparents here to help is always beneficial. And then cousins, but also just working together. Obviously there's challenges. We work with my mom and my dad. Literally I see them every day, and my husband. We share an office, but that's also the best part of it as well. So I would take those challenges any day to be able to spend time with family and build something meaningful to this community and be able to give back. And that's what we do and why we do these things is we want to be able to give back. And so that's why it's important to buy local. And you guys know that at the chamber.
Oh, yeah.
But because we can pour back into our community as opposed to those big nation brands. So,
and one of the things that you're doing to help involve your community involvement, since you are going to be moving into this leadership position at Mermaid, is you're doing our Leadership Cleveland class.
I am.
And so you are starting that
today.
There's
the first meeting today. Yeah.
And so that will be exciting for you. What prompted you to decide that would be something you wanted to do?
I've wanted to do it. I had a baby a year ago, so he's 1. I wanted to do it last year, but I was like, this is too much. But I mean, Dad has always been a huge into, the chamber, any leadership roles and things like that. And I enjoy those as well. I enjoy networking. I enjoy meeting people. And so it's just kind of a natural progression, I guess. And so I'm excited just to see. And now I can start to see, like, sorry, Dad, that you might be getting old, but his generation is kind of stepping out, and so my age people are now coming in, and so you can see that within the chamber too.
Yes.
There's a lot of young people, and so now it's just kind of this young blood, I guess, I don't know, that's coming in, and so it's exciting to be able to surround yourselves with people that are younger, that have inspiration, that you can get ideas from. And so I think for that it's super important
and get more. I think the good thing about that program too, I did it years ago, but the really great thing is because not only do you have a great camaraderie with your co-people in there, I can't remember, co-people. But not only do you have that, but even though you've grown up in Cleveland, there's things you're going to find out and learn about because you tour city and county government, you have tourism, you have local economy, there is heritage information that you're going to find out that people don't realize that some of the gems in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of it, that as Cleveland grows, we still keep that small community feel, and we still keep what makes Cleveland a treasure. And so I think we're lucky to have that. What do you think, since again, you're from Cleveland, Cleveland-based, Cleveland manufacturing, what do you think is part of the Cleveland appeal?
What I will say is when I moved away, so I graduated high school, I went to Carson Newman for college, and then I moved to Murfreesboro and then to Michigan. I was like, Cleveland, I'm never going to go back to Cleveland. I'm going to go do this big thing and all of that. And then I grew up, and then I had children and a family, and I was like, this is the best place to raise your kids. And so I think I took it for granted until I moved away. And then I was like, wow, Cleveland is really great. And so I wouldn't have known that if I didn't move away first.
And Cindy and I lived in Chattanooga after we first got married and stuff. But then after we had Lindsay, we moved back, and Cleveland was a much better place in my thoughts. To the schools and everything to raise your kids in. So, and at that time, I think our kids went to elementary school together too. Did they go to?
They started in middle school. We moved back this last time in middle school.
Gotcha. Yeah. But anyway, the elementary schools at the time when they went were like private schools. The parents were so involved in everything, and it wasn't that way, I don't think, in Chattanooga.
It's a great community, and I think that you're right. I think a lot of times we take it for granted because we're here, and when newcomers come in, they find out that that I always tell people when they're in the chamber, it still has that Southern hospitality, that community feel. It's 6 degrees of separation. You're always going to know somebody who knows somebody. And so you're never really alone in Cleveland and Bradley County. There's somebody who's going to be your friend.
And
be
that's,
part
I
of
also
it.
told my husband that. So when we move back, you don't know people, but they know you. Let me tell you. And so, I mean, just from being on commercials and stuff, people stop us and in the grocery store and in the,
Your commercials are great. That I will tell you, that is one of the biggest reasons why I watch Mixed Mornings, because I want to watch y'all's commercials because they are the best commercials and they are fabulous.
We have a blooper one coming out. The bloopers are my favorite because I'm like, this is the real that all of y'all are getting. So blooper commercials coming soon. Those are the best.
We'll look forward to that. That will be really good. Well, do we have anything exciting that's coming up with Mermaid that you want to talk about? Like I said, we are highlighting Manufacturing Month in October, and we're very happy to have homegrown manufacturers as well with Cleveland and Bradley County, and to support the chamber and support our community. And we are fortunate to have a wide variety of manufacturers. Is there anything special that we can look forward to with Mermaid?
Well, we're starting to go through a little bit of a revamp of one or two of our lines and stuff. Our iCool line, we're just looking at new fabrics and new layering of
technology and feels
technologies of it. So that is coming. Something that we've just completed and we do for this region is we make Skechers mattresses, Skechers,
like
the
Skechers shoes.
They now license their name to a manufacturer, to a company that got us to make them for this region. So we not only carry them in our stores, but we deliver them to the other retailers that want to carry those in our region here. So that's new, but we still have the Tempur-Pedic, Stearns and Foster, and then those are kind of the umbrellas for everything that we make underneath that. There are other lines that we could carry, like Sealy, for instance, but that's kind of Mermaid's bread and butter. And in my opinion, Mermaid, for those price points like that, we make, I think, a superior product than some of the others because of the materials that I know go into them versus what they put in theirs to hold costs down and things like that. And we go more for the quality first and then just see where the price falls at that point,
And that is the cool thing too about being a manufacturer is that literally yesterday, my husband and our sales manager, they're, putting the layers on and making sure this is the right feel. I mean, we're testing and making sure that we have the best products for our customers and our community. And so that's the fun part is just being able to create the new mattresses and the new looks and the, all the things. And so most people, they just buy national brand companies and whatever they make, that's what they sell. But for us, we really get to put our hand in it and actually make them for them.
Exactly. That's what I thought when I bought it. I thought I'm buying a mattress that was made here by people I know, and I know it's going to be good quality. And that's like I said, that's what we tried all, and I kept going back to the Mermaid. That was what I wanted. So I'm excited. What is, and this, okay, completely off subject because this is what I do. Like I said, no experience. What is your favorite thing about Cleveland, or favorite place to go to in Cleveland?
Interesting. I mean, the favorite thing would be the people. Our best friends are here, so that's fun. Obviously, family. One thing we enjoyed 2 nights ago, this is just fresh of mine, is we went on the Cleveland Greenway, the new part that's over there, Candy's Creek.
Oh, yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like 2 minutes from where we live. So that was really fun.
It's going to be a beautiful park that's being built over
I know.
there.
My son sees it every day, and every day he's like, is it done? Is it done?
And the playground equipment's going up as we speak.
That's why we saw the playground. So that area we're loving right now, the buildup of that.
There's going to be a fishing pond, too. My grandson's paying
Fishing?
There's going to be a fishing pond.
I saw it was a pond, but I didn't know it was a fishing pond.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Oh.
We had Cameron on recently, Cameron Fisher, talking about the Greenway. And so we are very fortunate with that. But yeah, there's going to be a fishing pond over there.
Okay.
He's paying very close attention to when the fishing pond is done because he likes to go fishing.
Yes.
And Grandma doesn't own a boat. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
That would be fun. I didn't know that. So that's a good surprise.
Roger, what about you?
I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. So this is, always been my home since I was 4 years old. And it's just a great community to grow up in, and the businesses here. And like you said, there's such a lot of different types of, one time in talking with Jim Sharp, I guess that new park is going to be named after him. And he was running for, I think, county mayor or whatever they called it at the time.
The county executive or something, yeah.
And he talked about Cleveland's businesses as opposed to a place like Dalton where they're all you know, when
Just
carpet
carpet
industry
one
goes
thing.
down, the town goes down. But we've been so diversified here that, you know, if one part of the economy is affected, it's really not affecting the other part of the things that we do here in Cleveland and stuff. So it's just a great community.
It is, and it's a great community, and it's a great community because of people like y'all. So thank you both for being here. Thank you for being in Cleveland. Thank you for having Mermaid Mattress here and employing people here and supplying us with some great mattresses and some great comedy with your commercials. But thank
all
you
that
both
matters.
for
Thank you
being
for
here.
having
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching, listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.